The 1794 Liberty Cap Large Cent, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is a captivating coin that bridges the early years of United States coinage and modern numismatic fascination, commanding astonishing values, up to $55,000, for exceptional specimens. When first minted, large cents like the 1794 Liberty Cap were a necessary currency for a newly established nation, featuring a distinctive design by chief engraver Robert Scott. Lady Liberty wearing a flowing haircap, symbolizing freedom, with liberty arched above and the year 1794 beneath. The reverse echoes this theme with 1 cent inside a wreath encircled by United States of America. These first-year cents share a direct and personal link to the era of President George Washington and the globally transformative Enlightenment ideals that shaped the young republic. At the time, the U.S. Mint had only been actively coining for a few years, operating from makeshift facilities and adapting to the challenges of newly drawn plans and imported machinery. As a result, surviving 1794 large cents are already rare, and those in superb high-grade condition are exceedingly uncommon. In typical circulated grades, a 1794 large cent might trade for a modest sum, often under $2,000 in fine or very fine condition, but elite specimens that retain original mint red-brown color, full detail, and strong eye appeal can drive values into 5 figures. Notably, numismatic publications throughout the 1980s highlighted this year as a key rarity, with Bowers and Marina offering high-grade examples in the early 1980s for around $55,000 eBay.com plus 115coinweek.com plus 15usacoinbook.com plus 115thesun.com. Today, while coin markets have shifted, ultra-premium pieces still command comparable prices, especially as high-grade examples emerge from inherited collections or treasured hoards. In contrast, typical Liberty Cap cents from 1794 are valued in the low thousands, such as $100 on average in circulated grades, highlighting how markedly condition and rarity affect value. A coin reaching $55,000 must exceed ordinary expectations. Collectors seeking such a piece look for AU to mint state condition, sharp strikes showing detailed Liberty Cap folds, crisp lettering on the wreath, and minimal plancher flaws or environmental damage. Any remnants of original red toning or attractive lightly toned surfaces, classified as RB red-brown, are highly prized. Key to such high values is provenance. Pedigreed coins from early hoards or long unopened estate collections often carry premium eye appeal and historical narrative. Certification from respected third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC is essential, and often accompanied by CAC endorsement, to verify authenticity and grade, ensuring buyer confidence in marketplace transactions. What makes the 1794 cent even more compelling is the vast number of its recognized die varieties. Chadbourne, Breen, and others have cataloged multiple Liberty Cap dies. A high-grade specimen with a rare die pairing garners additional numismatic interest. Certain varieties, like the head of 1794 style, are particularly valued, as they connect intimately to the earliest striking efforts at the U.S. Mint. Even deeply negative news, like a die crack or plancher irregularity, can become a positive if it's scarce and visually appealing. Adding to its appeal, the 1794 Liberty Cap cent embodies an aura of being forged at the very dawn of American coinage, carrying echoes of George Washington's presidency and the era's economic experimentation. Unlike later, mass-produced struck coinage, these coins were struck on early screw presses, often resulting in uneven strikes, rim defects, and plancher imperfections. For collectors, these imperfections are not blemishes. Rather, they are historic fingerprints, capturing the story of a fledgling nation. The survival rate for graded gems is very low. Population reports indicate only a handful of 1794 large cents graded at mint state levels. Add the requirement for bold strikes, vibrant color, and pristine condition, and the pool of qualifying examples shrinks further, explaining why only a few readings surface at major auction houses each decade. When they do appear, often at platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, they ignite fervent bidding, often surpassing the $55,000 benchmark. What's even more intriguing is how prices have shifted over time. In the 1980s, $55,000 was considered top-tier pricing. Today, it's still the low watermark for a top-level example. and coins with flawless surfaces or exceptional eye appeal can exceed that figure. Meanwhile, the general collector market has expanded. Younger hobbyists and digital platforms have increased both awareness and accessibility, yet genuine high-end Liberty Cap cents remain rare, making their value resilient, if not appreciating. Collectors also appreciate how the 1794 cent fits into broader narrative arcs. From the first federal coins, through the transformative shift in the 1850s toward steam-powered presses, to the visually simpler circulating coins of later centuries. Presidential coin initiatives, type coin systems, and medallic arts, each nods back to ideals embodied in these earliest copper pieces. Owning a top-grade 1794 Liberty Cap cent becomes a historical touchstone. It isn't just metal. It is a museum-worthy artifact, one of the few surviving links to the mint's earliest days. Even among high-end examples, individual differences matter. Rare die combinations, full detail, absent edge bruising, and original luster all combine to influence price. Coins with problem-free surfaces truly stand out. For instance, a well-struck head of 1794 cent with clear detail in Liberty's hair and cap may attract collectors away from more common-struck but lightly worn examples, doubling or tripling the premium over just MS-63 level pieces. In investing terms, a $55,000 Liberty Cap cent is considered a strong candidate asset. Compared to silver and gold bullion, which have lower entry points but less variability, rare U.S. large cents like the 1794 cent offer historical covenants, limited supply confirmed by census rarity, and emotional appeal. The coin's collectible value is insulated from metal price swings and tied more closely to collector demand and condition premium. This makes it a niche but robust asset, especially for those interested in cultural heritage investments. Prospective buyers should follow several key strategies. Firstly, always purchase coins with pedigree and verification. Secondly, examine die variety and surface condition. And thirdly, watch auction results and population reports. With only a few certified examples in upper mint state and proof-like finishes, each live auction provides valuable market data, establishing new benchmarks, and occasionally pushing prices beyond the $55,000 figure. Since the 1980s nods to recent $55,000 records, some experts estimate low nine-figure auction potential once every number of years, particularly if a high-end proof-like cent emerges. In summary, the 1794 Liberty Cap large cent is not just one of the earliest U.S. coins. It is a pinnacle piece for collectors, historians, and investors, a well-graded, vibrant coin from its first year of issue, free of defects and accompanied by authentic pedigree and certification, can reach market values of $55,000 or even more. Its appeal spans art, history, economics, and craftsmanship. Whether viewed as a personal treasure, a cornerstone of a collection, or a sophisticated alternative investment, this rare cent remains among the most prized and evocative treasures in American numismatics. Next up, the 1875 trade dollar is a highly prized numismatic treasure that continues to captivate collectors and historians alike due to its unique backstory, rare surviving examples, and intricate design. Originally introduced by the United States Mint to facilitate commerce with China and other East Asian markets, the trade dollar was authorized by the Coinage Act of 1873. It was specifically struck in larger quantities with a higher silver content than the standard seeded Liberty dollar, to compete with other large silver coins circulating in Asia, such as the Mexican peso and Spanish 8 reals. The 1875 edition of the trade dollar stands out as a key date in the series, representing the third year of mintage and a pivotal time in America's efforts to solidify its economic influence abroad through the use of bullion coinage. What makes the 1875 trade dollar particularly fascinating is its blend of political, economic, and artistic elements. The obverse of the coin features the elegant depiction of Lady Liberty seated on a bale of merchandise, holding an olive branch in her extended right hand, and symbolizing peace and international trade. Behind her is a sheaf of wheat, and at her feet flows the sea, representing commerce and global exchange. The word Liberty is inscribed on the ribbon across her chest, while 13 stars encircle her above, signifying the original colonies. The reverse, meanwhile, showcases a bold heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch with the inscriptions, United States of America, trade dollar, and most significantly, 420 grains, 900 fine. A clear indicator to Asian merchants of the coin's silver content and purity. This clear labeling was essential for ensuring trust in American silver coinage in a foreign marketplace, dominated by silver weight and quality rather than face value. The year 1875 witnessed the continued expansion of trade dollar production, but unlike earlier issues, which saw most coins exported abroad, a significant number of the 1875 trade dollars circulated domestically due to evolving trade relationships and waning demand overseas. Unfortunately, this led to confusion and frustration within the U.S., as merchants and laborers were often reluctant to accept the coin at face value, especially since its legal tender status was revoked in 1876. This historical twist adds to the mystique and intrigue of the 1875 edition, a coin created for foreign commerce that ended up playing a surprisingly complicated role at home. Surviving examples of the 1875 trade dollar are quite rare today, especially those in high grades, or with proof-like finishes. While millions were minted across Philadelphia, Carson City, and San Francisco, many were melted down, lost, or heavily worn from circulation. For collectors, acquiring a well-preserved 1875 trade dollar is a significant achievement. Coins in mint state condition, MS-60 and above, are particularly desirable and are considered showpieces within any serious numismatic collection. These coins often command values in the range of $2,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on condition, mint mark, and strike quality. A certified uncirculated 1875 trade dollar with full details and minimal blemishes can easily fetch $5,000 or higher in today's market, especially if certified by top grading services like PCGS or NGC. Proof specimens, which were struck in limited quantities for collectors, can command even greater premiums, sometimes exceeding $10,000, depending on their rarity and preservation. Beyond its market value, the 1875 trade dollar serves as a remarkable artifact of a very specific economic experiment in U.S. monetary history. Its issuance reflected the United States' ambitions to integrate into and profit from the bustling trade networks of the Pacific Rim, particularly with China, which had a long history of preferring silver coins over paper currency. In this regard, the trade dollar was both a bold strategy and an expression of America's growing economic and political reach in the post-Civil War era. It was also a response to the massive silver discoveries in the American West, particularly the Comstock lode, which flooded the market with silver bullion and necessitated new avenues for monetization. In numismatic circles, the 1875 trade dollar has also become a subject of scholarly attention due to the variations in strike and mint marks. Coins minted in Carson City, marked with CC, are particularly desirable, as the Carson City Mint produced far fewer coins than its Philadelphia and San Francisco counterparts. These coins often exhibit weaker strikes but are prized for their historical significance and frontier mint origin. The Philadelphia minted 1875 trade dollars, meanwhile, include both business strikes and proof coins, some of which show sharp details and mirror-like fields. San Francisco issues tend to be better struck but are still valued for their strong ties to West Coast commerce and shipping. Adding to the allure of the 1875 trade dollar is its role in the broader debate surrounding silver coinage and bimetallism. In the late 19th century, the coin was part of a larger dialogue about America's place in the international monetary system and the fight between advocates of the gold standard and those favoring silver. Its short-lived legal tender status and eventual demonetization reflected the volatility and political contention of the time, making the coin not just a monetary instrument, but a witness to a transformative era in American economic policy. Collectors and investors seeking tangible assets with historical significance find the 1875 trade dollar especially appealing. It is a coin that encapsulates diplomacy, innovation, and artistry, all within a 38mm silver disc weighing 27.22 grams. Its presence in a collection offers not just financial value, up to $5,000 in today's market, but also a window into 19th century geopolitics, trade, and national identity. Holding one of these coins in your hand is akin to holding a piece of American ambition, a symbol of a young nation asserting itself on the global stage through the medium of trade and craftsmanship. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of rare coins, The 1875 trade dollar presents a compelling opportunity. Its historical roots, aesthetic appeal, and increasing market value make it an essential addition to any collection. With only a finite number of examples surviving, in top condition, demand for this coin is only expected to rise. Auctions and private sales frequently see spirited bidding for high-grade specimens, and those with unique provenance or exceptional eye appeal often exceed expectations. In conclusion, the 1875 trade dollar is more than just a coin. It's a bridge between economies, a product of its era, and a timeless symbol of American craftsmanship and ambition. For those lucky enough to own one, especially in pristine condition, it can represent both a wise investment and a deeply rewarding piece of American heritage, today worth as much as $5,000 or more, depending on its quality and certification. Next up, the 1879 $1 coin, particularly the Morgan silver dollar, is a shining example of late 19th century American coinage that captures the bold spirit, economic ambition, and artistic craftsmanship of the United States during the Gilded Age. Struck in the aftermath of the Coinage Act of 1873, which controversially ended the free coining of silver and effectively retired the seated Liberty dollar, the Morgan dollar was born out of renewed interest in silver coinage, largely fueled by the Bland Allison Act of 1878. This act mandated that the U.S. Treasury purchase large quantities of silver to be minted into coins, thus reviving silver dollar production. The 1879 Morgan dollar was the second year of this iconic series, and quickly became a collector's favorite for its historic significance, intricate design, and exceptional beauty. The coin's obverse features a left-facing portrait of Lady Liberty, modeled by Anna Willis Williams and engraved by George T. Morgan, for whom the coin is named. Liberty is crowned with wheat and cotton, symbols of the agrarian strength of the North and South, while the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, arches above her head, surrounded by 13 stars, and the date, 1879, at the bottom. The reverse boasts a proud eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace, encircled by the inscriptions, United States of America, $1, and In God We Trust. This blend of symbolism and artistry helped solidify the Morgan dollar as one of the most beloved American coins ever struck. The 1879 Morgan dollar was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Carson City, CC, New Orleans, O, and San Francisco, S, with each mint contributing unique characteristics to the coinage that year. Among these, the Carson City, CC, mint coins are by far the rarest and most sought after, due to the relatively low mintage of only 756,000 coins, many of which were melted down or lost to circulation. A high-grade 1879 CC Morgan dollar, especially one in mint state, MS65 or above, can easily command values of $6,000 or more at auction today, depending on eye appeal, luster, strike quality, and whether it bears the rare capped die or clear CC variation. The capped die is a peculiar variety where the mint mark appears partially obscured, and collectors value this anomaly for its unique place in minting history. Conversely, the clear CC version has a bold and well-defined mint mark, often preferred by those seeking pristine clarity in their specimens. Meanwhile, coins from the Philadelphia Mint, though more common due to higher mintage figures, remain popular for their brilliant uncirculated examples and proof-like qualities. Many of these Philadelphia strikes exhibit mirror-like fields and frosted devices, a feature highly appreciated by collectors and investors alike. Some of the Philadelphia proofs, of which fewer than 1,100 were made, are among the finest examples of the series and can reach astounding values far beyond $6,000 when preserved in flawless condition. The New Orleans, O, and San Francisco, S, mints also contributed heavily to the 1879 Morgan dollar output. The New Orleans coins were the first minted at that facility after its reopening under federal control post-Civil War, giving these coins a unique historical resonance. The San Francisco coins, known for their high-quality strikes and consistent luster, are equally popular in numismatic circles. However, none of these mints, apart from Carson City, produced coins with the same level of rarity and collectible prestige, which is why the 1879 CC Morgan dollar remains the standout of the year and the key to unlocking high market value in today's numismatic economy. Over the years, the allure of this particular date has only grown as collectors and investors seek to acquire rare coins with proven historical importance and long-term market potential. From a historical perspective, the 1879 Morgan dollar serves as a symbol of the tension between agricultural and industrial America, as well as the broader economic debate between gold and silver currency standards. This was a time when silver miners in the West pushed hard for increased silver coinage, while financial institutions in the East preferred gold-backed currency. The Morgan dollar series, with its massive silver content, 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 26.73 grams and measuring 38.1 millimeter in diameter, represented a political compromise and an economic instrument that would eventually become a staple in U.S. coin history. The fact that many of these coins sat untouched in treasury vaults for decades before being reintroduced to the market in the 20th century adds an extra layer of intrigue to the series. In particular, the General Services Administration, GSA, hoard release of the 1960s and 70s unearthed many previously unknown 1879 cc specimens in uncirculated condition, igniting a renewed appreciation and rush among collectors that continues to this day. The market value of the 1879 $1 coin can vary significantly depending on condition, rarity, mint mark, and certification. Circulated examples without mint marks may be valued between $40 to $100 depending on grade, but uncirculated examples from Philadelphia can exceed several $100s. However, when we move into Carson City territory, especially coins graded MS-64, MS-65, or higher, prices begin to surge. An MS-65 clear, CC, 1879, CC Morgan dollar can fetch up to $6,000 or more, especially if graded by reputable services such as NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, or PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. Proof-like, PL, and Deep Mirror, proof-like, DMPL designations can further elevate the coin's value, making pristine examples from this year highly competitive and frequently auctioned for thousands of dollars. In fact, an 1879 cc Morgan dollar graded MS-66 DMPL has in the past reached well over $20,000, showing just how explosive the market can be for top-tier specimens of this coin. For collectors, owning an 1879 Morgan dollar, especially one from the Carson City Mint, is more than a simple acquisition. It's a statement piece, a coin that tells a story of America's turbulent monetary history, its westward expansion, and the artistry of 19th-century minting. The Morgan dollar's continued popularity is also aided by its accessibility. While some examples command sky-high values, others remain within reach for beginner collectors. This creates a dynamic collector ecosystem where entry-level enthusiasts can begin with circulated common-date Morgans, while seasoned investors and connoisseurs aim for the rarest dates and finest grades, such as the 1879 cc. Even as the market evolves, demand for high-grade, certified 1879 Morgan dollars continues to remain strong due to their scarcity, investment potential, and aesthetic appeal. Furthermore, the recent resurgence in coin collecting driven by digital platforms, online auctions, and grading transparency has created even more attention around vintage coins like the 1879 $1. In conclusion, the 1879 $1 Morgan coin is a landmark of American numismatics, a coin born from political compromise, forged from American silver, and admired for its timeless beauty. It is a piece that encapsulates the ambitions of a growing industrial nation while paying tribute to its agrarian roots and western frontiers. Whether you're drawn to its ornate design, its deep historical roots, or its impressive market performance, there's no denying that the 1879 Morgan dollar, especially those rare Carson City issues, holds a prestigious place in the world of coin collecting. For investors, a certified high-grade example can bring a return of $6,000 or more, while for historians and collectors, it's an opportunity to own a physical piece of America's economic journey. With each passing year, as remaining specimens age and fewer pristine examples are available, the value and mystique of the 1879 Morgan dollar only continue to rise, making it not just a coin, but a legacy worth preserving.